Hello, StarSeeds. Welcome to Starseed Living. My name is LoRayN. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit snozzily, but we're just going to push through and work through it because it is a manifestation of the past that is working its way through, and I'm not going to give it any power. So I apologize if it's irritating to your auditory senses. I can't do anything about it. So hopefully the information that you receive is of value and you can get past that. Life is what it is, and we're all right now clearing so much karmic debt, so much karmic residue. We're clearing not only for ourselves as starseeds, but for the entire collective. We are gathering the dross and clearing it away so that together we can rise and ascend into the golden age. So much is happening. I'm sure you're feeling it. And I have to say that doing videos, although I love to do it, it just seems the rhythm now is once a week. And that's just got to be how it is because there's so much work being done in the unseen, in the background of everything. And I am being called to the spirit of nature, to getting my feet and my hands on the earth, to spending as much time as I can reveling in the absolute beauty and abundance of this world. What's amazing to me, I live in the southeastern portion of the United States. And I live in the mountains. Last year, we moved here from the West Coast. And last year, we had a winter that was, the year before, we had a winter that was our first winter here. And it was pretty mild. And last year, none of the fruit trees fruited, none of the berries fruited. The pines didn't even emit much pollen. The dogwood didn't bloom. It was amazing to me. I was expecting this, prolific, abundant floral spring, and it was pretty uninspiring. This winter we had a pretty cold winter. We got down into the, single digits for an extended period of time. And this year, and I know that a good portion of this is the elevation of frequency, but this year, the beauty that is just outside my window. There are mock oranges in bloom everywhere, and in my garden that I have put in, and I'll show you later as we go along what I've done. In the South, they tend to be really enamored with big expanses of lawn with nothing else. And I'm a girl that grew up in the mountains, and big expanses of open space is not my preference. I know there are those that love that. I'm not one of them. I also look out there and I think that big expanse could be gardens and beauty and trees and flowers and productive in something other than grass. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a place for grass. It is really lovely to go out and walk barefoot in the grass. But I have, over the last year and almost a half, been planting trees and gardens, and my one rule is that there has to be some edible or medicinal aspect to what I plant. Otherwise, it doesn't get planted. Although there are a few exceptions, and that is things that produce an abundance of flowers for the beneficial insects and the hummingbirds. So the majority all of it has some edible component, and I've discovered that some things that I didn't know had edible components, like magnolia, do. And that, as a geek, and I've told you before, I'm quite a geek. That just thrills me to no end, because I eventually, on my websites, when we get fully up and running and going, Earth Crystal Apothecary will have a line of herbal infused creams and salves and sprays and things for well-being, because that is at my heart a place where I can be of service that brings me so much joy. Our world is so abundant with so many high frequency co-inhabitants in the animal and plant world, that bringing that into our lives on an everyday basis just I can't tell you how excited that makes me. So today I wanted to bring to you just sort of an update, to update you on what's going on in my world, in the world of Starseed Living and Earth Crystal Apothecary and LoRayN. And also, I've had so many downloads, it's impossible to really coalesce and process. But the greatest theme has been, we have crossed over some energetic boundary that has removed the oppressive energetic structure. We are winning the energetic I don't want to use the word war, but war, conflict, division, bifurcation, whatever you want to call it. The light has exceeded the dark. The light is amplifying, and the assistance from the other realms, from the outer worlds, the light brothers and sisters, the light frequency energies that have been waiting for humanity to reach a certain light quotient. We've done it. We did it. Oh, I would say probably right at the full moon. We ended the cycle of tyranny and oppression and victimhood, and we've moved into this brighter, lighter, more expansive frequency. I'm sure you can feel it. And yet so many starseeds say to me, you know, I'm waking up with night terrors. I'm feeling, you know, I'm on a roller coaster of emotions. I've one day really high and the next day, you know, the depths of despair. I'm manic and depressive all at the same time. And I started this video out by saying we're clearing the karmic residue, the dross of humanity, and it needs to be processed, and we're processing our collective experiences. We're moving ourselves out of the shame and guilt and moving our personal karmic. We dropped karma. We starseeds have moved beyond the karma, but we are still processing and releasing the residual pain, shame, guilt. And that's why last week when I read you that Declaration of Sovereignty, it was a bit long, I know. And like I said, and the reason I put it in the comments of that video, and look for it, it was the last video I did. In the comments there, the entire declaration was there. Now, I didn't write that. I saw it on another channel of some people that I highly respect, and they couldn't remember where it came from either. So I want to honor and thank the person that created it. I feel it needs to be tightened up and condensed a bit. And I have done that for myself because I have certain wording, and I suggest you do that as well. Take those words, take the resonant feeling of it and make it your own. And develop a practice. I think speaking it out loud with passion and intent clears your energy field, clears the dross, clears the karmic reverberation through all timelines. It is a powerful process that will move the entirety of humanity forward. I do it not only for myself, but I do it for the entirety of humanity through all timelines, through all time and space. So for me, it is with specific intent to speed the process up, because I, for one, am ready to get on with it. So I encourage you to do that process as we move through. Now, I was given probably 3 weeks ago a very clear message about today, May 7th. Something very big in the world is going to happen. And it will be public. Whether we're aware of it today publicly, I do not know. But something very big that will shift and leap us forward. However, I was also told that the next 10 days are going to be pretty challenging. Now, here's what I want to tell you. I do not do fear porn. I do not exist in a realm of fear, and I encourage you to do the same. I've stopped watching most of the YouTube channels that I used to watch to get all my information. I have a few that I do watch. I've stopped most of the other social media. I jump on if I need to, but mostly I'm out in nature communing with what is really important. Because here's the thing. We can research, we can search, we can dive deep into all of the things that we know are going on and that are being revealed in order to move us into the golden age. The sewer of life being bubbling up and being exposed. We could wallow in that and keep our frequency really low and then make ourselves available to the energies, the AI, the dark. I mean, who wants to do that? We're fifth dimensional beings. We do not need to wallow in third dimensional anymore. It's time to stop our addiction to having to know everything all the time, right now. It's an addiction. It's time to be responsible for your energy and your frequency and take command of it. Take authority. Be the master that you are. So, I've just shut it off. I do only what brings me the most joy. I surrender to joy. I live in the moment of joy, and it doesn't matter what you have to do in your life. If you've got children and you've got jobs and you've got all that, it's a choice. Make the choice to be in joy. And then whatever you do, it is an extension of joy. So as we move into today and through the next 10 days, as things are revealed and released and surrendered, stay in joy. These are not times to be fearful. Don't let the external reality dictate how you feel. So my mantra is, don't believe anything you hear or see, think. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. The only thing that you should believe is what comes from inside your heart space. Your connection to the divine, your direct access. You don't need anyone. You don't need me, and you don't need anyone else to provide you the knowledge and information about what is happening, about what your journey of ascension is. Yes, it's nice to have people that you trust, that, because we all have had those times where, we're learning, we're growing. We haven't developed the trust, and we haven't fully surrendered to our inner knowing. So it's nice to have people that guide us along the way. And I'm happy and honored and thrilled that I am one of your guideposts along the way. However, my only job is to remind you of who you are. You are a powerful, radiant, magnificent, all-knowing extension of the divine. You are an extension of the divine. You are the divine in form. And in form, you are a powerful, powerful force. In form, we can affect form. We came here to be an impetus. I'm not sure if I'm using the right word, but a force for the light to move humanity forward, to move energy. We can only do that in form. Other energy beings that are not in physical form can't do what we can do. We can move this 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional matter and form it into creations. Us. We're the power. We don't need anyone else from the external to rescue us or save us. They are here to energetically support us, but we are the ones that are doing it. We are the power. You are the power. Don't let anything separate you from that knowing. We are in amazing, expansive, beautiful, joyous times. Do not let the external circumstances sway that opinion. What is happening is the massive, accelerated awakening of an entire world. It is being freed. It has been fed frequencies that kiltered and altered and distorted and held down and made us believe that we weren't the power. But we are waking up. We are being freed by our own understanding, by our own knowledge. We are the power. And nothing, not sickness, not death, not disease, not fear, not shame, not guilt, not terror, none of that is more powerful than you awakened. And then add on that you're a starseed, and that amplifies 100-fold. You see, we chose to come here so that we could awaken the masses. I'm doing my part. I'm doing what I can. Hopefully you are doing yours. And it's as simple as radiating your frequency and your truth and your absolute knowing that good always wins. So I drew some cards because, why not? And I have to tell you, so my intent was, what is it that we need to know today and moving into the next 10 days? Because, as I said, I was given some very powerful information, and time will tell how that unfolds. But usually when it's that strong, it is manifesting. It's just sometimes the dates can be slightly skewed, although in this case, I don't think so. I think we're going to discover what's happening real soon. So I have this, the good, let me see if I can do this. Not, my light is sort of, okay, The Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid. And so all of these tools, tarot, divination decks, can't think of the other name, pendulums, crystals, meditation, they're all tools to get us to come into our center, to remind us and help us link up and connect with our divine connection so that we can hear the small, still voice within. But they're fun, and you know, I like a little drama. I like a little fun. So today's card. So it was, okay, what do we need to know right this moment that is happening today that what has set up today's actions? So I drew, okay, let me see. This mirror thing. Okay, the 8 of Fire. So this was so perfect. It's gathering momentum, celebrating swift changes, travel, transformation. Basically, that the momentum is building, that spirit is in this moment of pure transformation, and that we are moving from the known to the unknown. We are traversing this, we're pushing on the leading edge of transformation, moving out of the known, the old, the past, into the future. And today is the day that marks the final thrust. So then it was, okay, what supports that? What is in alignment with that and supporting that energetic? And I got the, here we go again, 10 of Earth card. So it basically is saying that everything that we need is provided, that we have an abundance of material, affluence, financial security, knowledge, mastery, that we've reached that point. We have acquired, we have amassed everything that we need to make this leap, and that everything will be provided that we don't currently have. It is all here. It is all available. And the minute we line ourselves up to that, the minute we say, I am thrusting forward, I am on mission, I am taking a stand, and there's no going back from here, the universe is pouring that to us. We just need to be in a state of receptivity. So, and then the last card in the Good Tarot, supporting this entire process, is the 3 of Air. Well, that's a good spot. The 3 of Air. The silver lining. Natural departures. So we're receiving help from the outside, from the divine, and that nothing that you need is ever held from you. And it's saying to let go. Let go. And there may be a temporary discomfort. There may be some pain in the next 10 days. It is simply us holding on to the past, that we need to reject that which no longer serves us and move forward, because this is the time. Okay, and so on top of that, I drew a dragon card for us, because we don't want to forget that we are being supported by the Devic kingdom and the dragons, which exist in the higher 4D up through the dimensions. So this is the Earth Dragon. The Earth Dragon. So the Earth Dragon is clearing the path. It's making way. So you can tune into the Earth Dragon energy and know that your way is being made clear, that you're being supported as you move into this new unknown territory. And even though there may be some discomfort, the path is being cleared. And we just need to recognize and move through it, and that we're being supported by all sorts of external and internal guidance. All right, and then the last one that I pulled, another deck from Colette Baron-Reid. And you know that I'm a crystal geek, and my blog is Earth Crystal Girl. So my sister gave me this deck. It's called the Crystal Spirit Oracle Guidebook from Colette Baron-Reid. And today's crystal is Sunstone. So Sunstone is freedom, breaking through obstacles, the power to overcome, and knowing that you can do it. So we have all the support. Everything is indicating that this is the time that we have reached that point. It is now time to move through. It is now time to take control of our frequency, our energetic field. We are responsible for the energy that we put out. And if no matter what shows up, we need to do our best to stay high flying. And if you fall, tune to the Starseed grid. We're here to support one another. Find beings of like mind and don't dump on them with all the bleh. That isn't what we're here for. We're here to remind you that you are light, you are frequency, you are energy, and you are deeply loved. All right, enough of my jabbering for today. I'll probably be back in about a week. Who knows? I'll be there when the spirit calls. Until then, keep your energy high. Know that you're loved. We're all in this together. And breathe. Until next time, this is LoRayN and Starseed Living.